This edition of MacVoices TV at Macworld 2011 is brought to you by media sponsor Take Control eBooks. The answers you need now from leading experts. Visit them at takecontrolbooks.com. Hi, this is MacVoices TV at Macworld 2011 in San Francisco. I'm Chuck Joyner, and we're in the Aquafadas booth talking to Matthieu about what they're showing here in the very crowded app showcase. Matthieu, it's good to see you. We've tried 3 times. You just have people all around you the whole time.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy, pretty hectic, very good.
And I believe we're going to ask the listeners to understand because your voice is going after 3 days of hard presenting.
Yes, kind of, yes. But I'll do my best to tell you what we're doing.
Well, so you're talking about being the key to digital publishing and distribution. And I'll let you tell us what solutions you have to accomplish that.
So we are presenting a solution that's working in InDesign and Quark Express to actually create content for the iPad, so rich content, magazine, newspapers, but also children's books, right? So we're enabling people to create very rich content on the iPad using plugins in those tools to test it on the iPad, see how it looks like. And then we also provide, on the other end, all the tools to actually create the apps for the iPad to bring that content on the App Store. So it's quite from start to finish tools, and very easy to use tools to bring very rich content. You might know that we started with comic books a few years ago, and we gained quite some experience in really rich content, mixing images, sound, videos, and we are now moving to sort of a more serious magazines, document. Lots of enterprise are very interested in bringing and seeding their documents and brochures to their fleet of users or to the marketing people, etc. So they need a solution to go from print, or what they used to have in print, to digital, and this is why we step in.
So can you give us a quick little run through of what this can do from within InDesign, sending it out to an iPad?
Yes, sure. I can show you that.
Let's go.
Basically, we're looking at an InDesign screen here, and here I have created a layout that's really adjusted for the iPad, but I could start with an existing document and just enrich this one, which is a great way also to bring existing print stuff to the iPad. So I've created a frame here, and you might notice that I have a palette on the right that lets me add interactivity to that frame. So let's turn that frame, for example, into a slideshow. I have lots of options. Let's take the simple one. I will add, let's take an image, this one. I add it to my slideshow, and you can see that I can adjust my crop area. I have lots of options, create captions. I can add actions to this image that does stuff. Let's add another one just to see. Okay, bikers. Okay, oops, this is a small area. I'm gonna just concentrate on this one. I can enable full screen mode. I can make my slideshow run automatically. I can add Ken-burn effects, lots of things, you just name it. And this is just one thing that can be done. Now I'm going to generate my document and send it to an iPad to see how it looks like. Generation complete. I might have several articles that I want to bring together into one document, so I've just done that. And now, to make it really simple for you to see what happens, I have a little test application here, which is called My Kiosk, that lets me send my content to the iPad. So I will launch it directly from InDesign. It will recognize the iPad running My Kiosk, and the content has just been sent there. So here, this is just the slideshow I've just added, remember? I can double click, very simple. This is another one, actually this one is moving automatically. This is a very simple page, but it just shows how easy it is to add interactivity. You can add movies and things. Let me show you something really exciting that can be done from InDesign for children. It looks like a little game, it looks like a very engaging thing, but it's actually just a magazine. So I have here text, a little moving image, and I have this little button here. So we've created that just in a few minutes in InDesign by combining an actor's voice, a movie sound, an MP3 file, a text frame, and some timing information that was created using an open source project. So you see how you can create very engaging content using InDesign. This type of things like drawing tools, this can be created in InDesign too. So we step now up in an area where you can actually create rich magazines that have crosswords, that are Sudoku, that have things that are not just images, but are real things you can play with. So this is what we aim to do. We have lots of components already available, and that we're going to roll out in the coming months to create rich content for book publishers, magazines.
And just to take it back through, so we're running within InDesign, but we're using a plugin, and that's what you've been working basically inside the plugin framework.
Yes, we've been working inside the plugin framework. It's a plugin that works in CS4 and CS5. It uses Photoshop as well behind the scenes to cut the images, to do things. And you can add lots of really powerful interactivity to your existing documents or create new ones. So we're speaking about the iPad right now, but the key feature is that what we produce, this document, can actually be read on other tablets starting in Q2 and on the web. So we plan to have exactly the same user experience on all those devices.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous, and you make it look so simple because it is. You just, it's almost point and click, select, go.
It is, because we want the people who are used to this tool, who are working in the print, to actually be able to do exactly the same thing without any steep learning curve, just doing this very straightforward. And we come from the Mac software creation. We've been Mac developers for years, so we really proud of ourselves to be able to do clear and simple user interface.
Obviously you have to have InDesign CS4 or 5, you said. It won't go back to 3?
No.
Okay. What's the price of the solution?
So the solution is free. So it's a free software. We want everyone who has InDesign to be able to use it. And there's going to be some announcement Quark has announced some things as well, and we'll be there as well. The idea is that everyone using desktop publishing should be able to create those kind of really engaging experience. Our business model is then on the other side of the is to actually charge people when they publish. So there are several models depending on whether they are publishers, whether they are non-profit organizations. There's going to be different price structure, but it's a flat fee when you put something online. There's no download. It's not driven by downloads, or there's no royalty if you sell your content. It's purely a flat fee.
That's kind of amazing to be able to take this and play with it for free.
Yeah, we've seen a tremendous response for people who want to do self-publishing, who have books, who have rich content, they have audio, they have video, and they now have a way to actually publish things onto those platforms, including the web. The web is still very important to us because it's one of the major ways to actually bring rich content to the masses, right? So this is one thing. We're also introducing, we also announced that we will release our digital comic book creation tool. It's using the same file format. You can actually author comic books in a separate application. You can later on include them in InDesign if you want to actually have a rich comic book reading experience. You have, magazine, the spectrum in magazine is just so large. From sort of specialized stuff, very technical, to kids, to magazine mixing comics and whatever, you just name it. So we want to be able to have a solution. It's quite bold what I'm saying here, but we want to be able to address all those needs and bring really rich content creation in the hands of everyone.
It's very impressive. It's very impressive. For the viewers who are not here or want to learn more, where do they go to learn more or to get the tool?
All right, so you can go to our website, aquafadas.com. There is a section called Digital Publishing. Currently, it only focuses on what we've already done, created for a number of companies, because we have already apps on live. But this solution is in advanced beta at the moment, and it's going to be released, we hope, in the beginning of March. It's the sort of time frame we have. So people interested can go on our website, contact us if they really are in a need to to try it out, and we have a beta program. But yes, stay tuned in March for big announcements.
All right. Matthieu, thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for coming by. And
I hope you get your voice back.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices TV in San Francisco at Macworld 2011. We'll be back with more soon. Thanks for watching. MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices Group and a member of Mac Level 10.